Hello and welcome to this varsity basketball matchup. I'm Edison Palumbi alongside Beckett Thorpe and St. Christopher's with their first road test of the season as they travel up to the old Benedictine gym to take on Cristo Ray. And we are almost off here at Cristo Ray. And the tip will be won by St. Christopher's. And they will have the first possession tonight. Here's Wally Jones. In their most recent game, the Saints came out with a comfortable win over Norfolk Academy, as some early free throws coming for the Saints as Jones will go to the line. Jones will not be going to the line. Here's Elijah Brandon, kicks it to Stu Cosby in the corner. Three-pointer, no good. Fight for the rebound, taken by Darius Gray, who comes all the way across the floor to get it. Over to Brandon, now Brady Burnett. One more pass to Cosby. This time he'll drive, get inside, leaves it off for Wally Jones. Goes up strong, and this time, in fact, he will actually be going to the line. So Jones goes 2 for 2 at the line, and now we'll see Cristo Ray's offense. Jamel Smith gets inside, blocked by Darius Gray, and he blocks the second effort as well. Great defensive showing from Darius Gray. Had to miss the second game of the season alongside Elijah Brandon and Colin Johnson as a shoe comes off for Jab Scott. That three-pointer no good. Rebound Brady Burnett. Elijah Brandon now gets it in for Darius Gray. He'll go to work. Gray goes up, and 2 more free throws upcoming. So Gray misses the first. And 0 for 2 at the line. The Saints have struggled with their free throw shooting early this year. In their opening game of the season, they missed their first 10 as that pass deflected by Wally Jones. Back out for Jamel Smith.
Edison, the Saints definitely are glad to have star players like E.B. Brandon, Darius Gray, Colin Johnson back. Recently missed the last game because they were at a conference in Denver, Colorado, so this is certainly going to be a help for them to have these players back.
And not a good pass there from Mikey Turner. Looked like a bit of miscommunication. And that pass nearly stolen, but Elijah Brandon finds a wide open three and he sinks it. A near turnover turns into 3 points for the Saints. And they'll get it inside, barely keep it out, and this pass out for Jab Scott will go out of bounds.
Saints have been able to do a good job of keeping the ball away from the Cristo Rey's end zone or basket.
Here's Brandon in for Darius Gray. Gray has a nice skip pass to find Brady Burnett. His three, no good, but Cosby with the second chance rebound. Back out for Burnett. Now Wally Jones. Darius Gray in the corner. That's a nice pass across the court to Cosby. He'll drive, get inside. Runner no good. Jones fights for the rebound, cannot pull it in.
Burnett and Cosby are both coming off of massive three-point games against Norfolk Academy. Burnett had 5 himself and Cosby had 3, so we hope to see that the two players can both continue their deep three shooting.
And there's some nice defense from Cosby as he steals the pass. Elijah Brandon gives it right back to him. And a man falls down for Cristo Rey. The Saints temporarily get a 4-on-5. And it leads to an open 3 for Brandon. He couldn't hit, but Cosby taps it right out to Burnett. His 3 is good. Not a very conventional assist for Stuart Cosby, but it works. And St. Christopher's off to an early 8-0 start. Cristo Rey needs a timeout, and we will be back. Kicking it out to the corner, nearly stolen, and it is by Darius Gray. Now kicks it out to Burnett. He'll try again. No good. Rebound Turner. Up ahead for Jamel Smith. Smith driving and throws it away. Jab Scott. That's who he tried to get it to. There's Stu Cosby falling away from their mid-range, no good. Darius Gray on the second effort. Maybe could have taken some time to set his feet. And poked away by Elijah Brandon from Haven Wilson, but it will stay with Cristo Rey. And that's going to be a blocking foul against St. Christopher's. They're going to get Colin Johnson, who just recently checked in for Stu Cosby. And that inbound stolen by Gray. Saints on the break here. Here's Burnett. He'll go up through some contact, missed the shot. Rebound by Jab Scott. Now Scott on the other end gets inside. It's going to be a jump ball, so it will stay with Cristo Rey. Mikey Turner, Saints wanted a backcourt. It was very close. Here's Haven Wilson. Cristo Rey still has not found a point yet as Jamel Smith into the corner for Jab Scott. Gets inside, loses it. So a reminder, in this game, there is no shot clock. If there was, Cristo Rey would have about a shot clock violation and a half this possession, as it looked like a good chance for Cristo Rey to find their first points, but Scott couldn't finish the easy layup. Darius Gray goes coast to coast, and the foul. A 10-0 Saints lead early, And Gray has a chance to add one more off the and one. Now Harrison Miller made his first varsity start on Friday. He'll check in for Brady Burnett. And Gray unable to complete the three-point play, but rebound Colin Johnson now out to Brandon for three. And the Saints will take that trade-off. Instead of one, they end up with an extra three. And now being aggressive with their press, but it leads to an open look for Wilson, no good. But the offensive rebound by Jason Pringle. Back out to Jamel Smith. He gets by Colin Johnson, kicks to the corner for Haven Wilson. Wilson trying to create some space. He has nothing, and that's gonna be stolen by Elijah Brandon. And he'll go up strong and lay it in, 15-0 early.
Yeah, the Saints have done a much better job of containing the offense. A lot more smart decision making and limiting the scores, as Cristo Rey still have 0 points this quarter.
And finally, Cristo Rey has their first points. Haven Wilson off the offensive rebound. Now here's Darius Gray. He'll try a three. No good. And Gavin Johnson under the hoop. Can't control it. It'll be out. And Cristo Rey ball. Three-point shooting, not necessarily Darius Gray's forte. You'll see him in the paint a lot more than you'll see him behind the arc. Although he has hit a few in his career. I know he hit one that actually started the scoring against John Marshall last year. The Saints hadn't scored in the first 5 minutes of that game. Darius Gray hit a three, and then the floodgates opened from behind the arc. And then I believe he hit one at Collegiate. Now here's Jamel Smith trying to create some space on Brandon. Now Evan July off the legs of Smith, but he'll still recover it. Tries to cross over Brandon. Not working out too well. He'll reset towards half court. Jamel Smith calls for the isolation, now hands it off to July. Contested mid-range, off, and rebound by Colin Johnson. Johnson in for Nate Roberts. He'll go up and can't get the roll.
Yeah, and talking with Coach Jones before the game, he certainly mentioned that good teams win at home, but great teams win on the road. And it looks like the Saints are one of those road battle victory teams, as they are 15-2 right now. Maybe they're trying to set themselves apart as a great team.
A block there from Colin Johnson. Now he had a look from three, didn't take it. Leaves it off for Gavin Johnson, now in for Nate Roberts, and he'll lay it in. And a bad pass there from Turner. Gavin Johnson on the other end. Can't finish, but rebound Colin Johnson, and the second effort is good. 19-2. As Cristo Rey wants a timeout. The Saints pouring it on early. They lead by 17. And welcome back. Just about 20 seconds left in the first quarter. The Saints have opened up a 17-point lead as they'll go to the bench early. No starters in the game right now as that shot no good. It'll be James Ayers bringing it up. He gets it to Patrick Leckie, and he traveled. Cristo Ray likely will have the last shot of the quarter. And it'll be Connor Welch picking up the foul. And now that'll be Suskin fouling up at half court. I believe they're gonna put a second on the clock. And they will not get a shot up. A dominant first quarter for St. Christopher's. After 8 minutes, they lead 19-2. We'll be back for the second. And welcome back. Some sort of discrepancy between Brady Burnett and the referee right now. I think there was something on the court, which is why they blew that play dead. So, the best quarter of basketball we've seen the Saints play in a while. They lead 19-2. Now Burnett wide open from behind the arc, cannot get the roll. Wally Jones rips away the rebound. Elijah Brandon now finds Stu Cosby. His three is good. The lead up to 20 already.
That's Cosby and Burnett, just like last week. They need to continue on that roll at the three-point line. That's certainly going to help the Saints on the offensive production.
While the Saints did lose a lot of talent last year, specifically Brandon Jennings, obviously, they're a very different team this year. They have a lot more ability from behind the arc, as Brady Burnett is a lethal shooter. And here's another one of those, Elijah Brandon. He missed there. But the Saints have a lot more possibilities, as they're going to call an offensive foul there. I think they're going to say they threw the elbow.
I mean, it tells you enough about Brady's play style that he is starting on a pretty aged St. Chris varsity lineup as a sophomore right now. So he's obviously standing out to the coaching staff, and his three-point shooting is one of those things that's going to make him special for the Saints in his future. Yeah, having a three-point duo as good as Cosby and Burnett is a dream come true for Coach Jones. Something really impressive about Burnett, too, is he never looks scared with the ball, and every time he gets it, he looks prepared to fire. Just like that, can't hit. And a long rebound taken by Cristo Ray.
Spinning layup blocked by Darius Gray. That's his third. Now Elijah Brandon tries to go coast to coast. They're going to call a carry. Good defense on the hedge there by Stu Cosby. He knocks it away, but it's going to stay with Cristo Ray. And whistles, it's going to be against Elijah Brandon. Nearly lost there by Evan July, but he'll get it back in the corner. And that's a deep three from Jamel Smith, no good. The offensive rebound and pinned off the backboard by Gray. Been a defensive force tonight, already his fourth block. As now Mikey Turner gets inside, floater, no good. The offensive rebound by Jab Scott, he'll go up over Cosby, and he lays it in. All the Cristo Ray points tonight have been scored by Scott. Saints just passing back and forth, sets up Cosby for three. Couldn't hit. July, nice pass inside, layup, no good. The rebound by Pringle, missed the second effort. And this time, grabbed in by Cosby. Now here's Burnett. Brandon finds Wally Jones in the corner. He traveled. Something I've noticed this year, the refs are calling these games a lot tighter, not letting players get away with those mini travels you might not see get called in an NBA game, for example. But the Saints will take a timeout. They lead 22-4. We'll be back. So back out of the timeout, Cristo Ray has it. And that pass goes awry from Mikey Turner. Now here's Darius Gray. Gray driving and blows by Jamel Smith. Now here is Smith, trying to get back, kicks into the corner. Mikey Turner, shot blocked. Wally Jones, he's been disruptive in the passing lanes this year. We haven't seen many block shots out of him, but manages to fly in there. Now here's Brandon, over to Burnett. Jones has forever to shoot. Waved off, though. They're going to call an offensive foul on Darius Gray.
Jones is one of those guys for the Saints who has an absolute motor. Never takes a play off, always giving it his all, and it certainly helps with the Saints on defense.
And Brandon knocked that one away. Doesn't matter anyways, as the pass goes out of bounds. Here's Brady Burnett. Tries to get around Jamel Smith, but finds Cosby wide open, and they're going to call a travel. As I mentioned, these refs, it's been all year really, they've been officiating very tightly with those travels and carries. It's not a call you'd often see, definitely not in the NBA. But the refs cracking down this year. As that's a block from Charlie Suskind. And it'll be out of bounds. Cristo Ray trying to go to a full court press. Hear the slap on Brady Burnett's arm from up here. And now Burnett drives, gets inside, counted and one. Brady Burnett. And the free throw from Burnett is good. Jamel Smith leaves it off for Jab Scott. And he will go to the line. Just to make sure. And Scott hits the free throw, has all of the points for Cristo Ray tonight. And he'll go 2 for 2 at the line. Here's Burnett, nice job to break the press. Colin Johnson over to Nate Roberts. Right back out to Johnson, walks into a long 2, missed the shot though. Jamel Smith with the rebound, and they'll get Johnson on a foul. You know, on a miss like that, I think it's just because Johnson was surprised at how open he was. That's a shot that you would normally see in a pregame shoot-around. For one of these players, it's almost surprising to find yourself that wide open in a game, and it'll throw him off sometimes. Here's Jamel Smith. Tried to get it over to Haven Wilson, was knocked away by Harrison Miller. Wilson driving, gets inside, lays it in. And finally, Cristo Ray has some points that aren't scored by Jab Scott, excuse me. Miller over to Charlie Suskind. Back out Burnett. Quick trigger from behind the arc, no good. Rebound, out of bounds, staying with the Saints. Burnett for 3, missed it, tapped back out by Roberts. Rebound Miller, and Harrison Miller shot, no good. Cristo Ray looking to push as Jamel Smith kicks it back out for Tyler Jenkins, and he'll lose it off his leg, and it'll go to the Saints. Here's Suskind over to Miller. The Saints just barely get it across in time. Ran into some trouble here, and they're going to call a travel.
Yeah, as you've said tonight, Edison, they are certainly cracking down on the travelings. That's 3 already this quarter, I believe.
I think that's maybe the 4th or 5th that they've called. Kicks it out, stolen by Suskind. Cristo Ray been very sloppy with their passing. And now Brandon loses it, manages to get it back. Somehow finds an angle for Harrison Miller. Now he'll try a three, no good. Rebound by Jab Scott. Up ahead for Jamel Smith. Smith gets by Suskin, goes in the lane. Pass deflected, but taken and finished off by Evan July. A quick 8-0 run by Cristo Ray. Here's Suskind. Out for Harrison Miller. His three is good.
Three-point shooting has been the scoring way for the Saints this year. I wouldn't necessarily call it a three-or-die offense, but it certainly has been heavily reliant on the three ball.
It's the first three of the game for Cristo Ray, as Haven Wilson was left wide open in the corner. Now Brandon blows by his man. Miller will try again. Off the glass, no good. Rebound, Nate Roberts. Hook with the left, no good. But another offensive rebound by Suskin. Back out for Gavin Johnson. Finds Elijah Brandon. Gets in the lane, up and under, and he'll go to the line. And Brandon can't hit the first free throw. And the second one is good. We'll see how long Cristo Ray decides to hold, as Haven Wilson gets inside over Miller, lays it in. Now here's Ali Davila, spinning, getting by his man, finds Miller. Now over to Welch. Connor Welch puts up a three. It's off, rebound by Crocker, jump ball, arrow with Cristo Ray. And so 15.2 on the clock for Cristo Ray. And Wilson needs to get one up. Only two. Hoist from behind the arc. No good. Rebound Crocker, and that will do it. So not quite as dominant as the first, but a good showing for the Saints in the first half. They'll go to the break 31-15. Hello and welcome back. St. Christopher's with a very good opening 16 minutes. They lead 31-15 going into the break. The starters back out there after sitting most of the second. We'll see if they just want to maybe try to get this lead back up into the 20s before giving them a rest. As quickly Darius Gray scores the first points. That's a lot of contact there. They're going to call a block against Wally Jones. As a reminder, it's the old court Benedictine used to play on. You see, I don't know, actually I don't know if you can see on the stream. Yes, you can. On the scoreboards up there, it still says Cadets for the home team instead of the Royals for Cristo Ray, which I thought's a funny detail. As that pass nearly stolen by Elijah Brandon, kicked by Turner, and it'll be St. Christopher's ball.
Yeah, the courts still have that Irish green to them. That is a nice, nice commentary about the Benedictine courts.
So the Saints will just inbound from the other side of the floor now after the full court turnover. Burnett nearly fired from behind the arc. Now Jones driving, gets in the lane. Burnett in the corner, thought about a three, spinning, gets inside, can't finish it off, gets his own rebound. Burnett, second effort is good.
Grabbing his ear a little bit after the play. I wonder if he got a little bit of an elbow or contact in the head.
There's Darius Gray with the rejection. That's his fifth of the game. Wally Jones on the other end, counted and one. The Saints flying to start this third quarter. Lead back up to 22, and Wally Jones can add one more to it. Did they just call a 10-second violation? Well, it doesn't matter anyways as Brady Burnett steals it right back. And Wally Jones ends up with a layup for his troubles. So the lead up to 24. And that might be added too soon as here's Darius Gray. But a bit of a wild pass from Brandon, and Burnett can't hit. Inside for Scott, he'll go up and he'll lay it in. Here's Elijah Brandon in for Darius Gray. And they're going to call that on the floor. And now some pretty bad inbound defense right there from Cristo Ray. Letting Darius Gray get the ball with no one between him and the basket likely was not what the coach drew up, as that's stolen by Jones. He's all alone and he'll lay it in.
Jones is having himself a great game. A lot of defensive steals and some buckets as well, going coast to coast on that last one.
And they're going to call a travel on Brady Burnett.
Looked like he was pushed into that movement, but they'll call a travel anyway.
Yeah, we mentioned how they've began to crack down on traveling, but I think that one might have gone a bit too far. Well, Elijah Brandon's going to steal the inbound anyways. Up and under, can't finish. Burnett tries to tap it in, missed the shot, but Brandon gets the rebound, kicks it out to Burnett now. Fakes the three, swings it to Brandon. His try, no good. And the rebound by Jamel Smith. And a three from July, no good. Darius Gray, maybe a bit overzealous with that pass. We saw him try some of those long cross-court passes last year, and to varying degrees of difficulty. That one certainly did not work, but Burnett steals the inbound. Runner, no good. Cosby can't finish it off. And now Haven Wilson looking to run. Wilson gets all the way inside. Missed the shot, though. Rebound Miller. Here's Elijah Brandon. Brady Burnett all alone lays it in.
Saints have been able to move the ball great tonight. A ton of steals as well. Definitely set them up for some interesting passes, but they've all seemed to connect.
So now the possession arrow is with Cristo Ray. And the runner in the lane cannot get the roll. Burnett pulls down the board. Over for Cosby, has the height advantage. Now Harrison Miller in for Gavin Johnson. He's fouled. It'll be the third. And Brady Burnett wide open from three. Once again, maybe a lapse in the Cristo Ray inbounding defense. First, they give Darius Gray an easy look in the paint. Then they leave Brady Burnett unmarked in the corner. Both of those probably not what the coach wants to see. Now the lead has ballooned to 31. Mikey Turner. And the runner in the lane, no good. Burnett the board. Brady Burnett pushing it down the floor, leaves it off for Gavin Johnson. Now Harrison Miller. Right back to Johnson, and they'll reset with Burnett. Stuart Cosby. Cosby nearly has it knocked away from him by Turner. As a reminder, no shot clock, and that's a bad pass from Cosby, and it'll turn into 2 points on the other end. Here's Cosby, driving, gets inside. They're gonna wave off the shot. They'll call it on the floor. Now Harrison Miller has it knocked away. Gavin Johnson gets it over to Burnett. Finds Colin Johnson, takes one dribble, kicks it out. Miller for three, wide right. Nate Roberts pulls down the offensive board. Miller, Johnson, right back to Harrison Miller. Brady Burnett calling for it on the wing. Miller can't finish, gets his own rebound though. Tries to go back up, has it stripped. And it's gonna turn into a fast break for Cristo Ray. Good job from Burnett. And Nate Roberts blocks the shot. Here's Haven Wilson getting in the lane, tried to leave it off for Pringle, but threw it out of bounds. 2:12 left in the third quarter as Brady Burnett gets in the lane. They're going to call a blocking foul. So 2 free throws upcoming for Burnett. And the first free throw is no good. And hits the second. So 1 for 2 at the line. The lead is 30. So clock just hits 2 minutes, and nearly another turnover for Cristo away. Harrison Miller gets on the floor, hits Tyler Jenkins in the face on accident, it looked like. Luckily, he's good. They're going to get a foul on Miller, though. Mid-range fadeaway, no good. Rebound, Colin Johnson. Initially looked to push, now finds Miller in the corner, swings it across the court to Brandon. Elijah Brandon out for Charlie Suskind. Suskind in some trouble. Colin Johnson gets in the lane, goes up and under, gets whacked in the face. And 2 free throws coming up. The free throw, no good.
Yeah, and that's been one of the leading problems for the Saints this season as well, is production at the free throw line. It's been definitely lacking for the amount of shooters the Saints have on their team, but increasingly looks like it's getting better every game, so that's something to be hopeful for.
And 0 for 2 at the line. And good defense from Colin Johnson, and gets on the floor. Elijah Brandon comes up with it. But seeing a 4-on-2, he'll slow things down. Colin Johnson spinning and lays it in. And that high arcing runner, no good. Rebound, Gavin Johnson. Up ahead for Colin. Here's Elijah Brandon, gets inside. Flicks it up, no good. Suskind. And he'll be fouled. And Suskind's first free throw is good. And second, no good, but Crocker with the board, and he'll be fouled. Crocker sinks the first. And can't hit the second. Now Suskin will get called for an over the back. Mikey Turner over to Jamel Smith. And high arcing three is good. Only the second three-pointer of the night for Cristo Ray. But they do not do a good job getting back on defense as Welch is whacked. Two more upcoming. And Welch cannot get the roll. And 0 for 2 at the line as he left that one short. By now the Saints have pulled all their starters. And that layup good. And a long three from Ayers. Looked good for a moment, but was wide right. So the Saints do exactly what they needed to in the third quarter. They go to the fourth up 53-24. We'll be back. And welcome back. Here's Brady Burnett. They leave Stu Cosby wide open. Can't get it to fall. Cosby hasn't been able to find that shot so far in these first three games. It's still early, and he's going to find it. But, you know, at least it's a good thing he's getting the misses out of the way early. And then late in the year in those big games, he's going to be back to what we saw last year.
Yeah, and I certainly don't think the coaching staff is worried about Cosby shooting, as he's proven himself to be lights out when it matters most. It's incredibly early in the season, and he'll flip that switch on at some point.
As Wally Jones can't hit Cosby the board. Nice pass out to Brandon. Has all day to line up the shot. Can't get it to fall, though. And now Cristo Ray looking to run. Gets inside, missed the shot. Rebound by Cristo Ray is going to foul Brandon. And Coach Jones will take a timeout. We'll be back. And back out of the timeout. Same 5 out there for the Saints as they look to put a bow on what's going to be a very comfortable road win. Now here's Brandon, loses it. Now Cristo Ray looking to run. Smith will pull it back out. As that pass intercepted by Darius Gray. He'll go coast to coast. Darius Gray shoving off defenders. Counted and the foul. When you have number 35 going downhill, not much the opposing defenders can do about it. And Gray cannot hit the free throw. Tried to go get his own rebound, but just taken by Haven Wilson. He'll go up and lay it in. Here's Ali Davila into the game for the Saints. Freshman's gotten some minutes so far this year. And now Johnson kicks it out for Gray. Fakes, gets inside, left the layup short. Now here's Jamel Smith, got caught up in the air. Kicks it out for a 3, no good. Rebound Miller. Here's Gavin Johnson in for Darius Gray. Taps it out. Colin Johnson all day. Couldn't get the 3 to fall. Now shoved onto the floor. Haven Wilson looks to run. Another 3 is up. No good. The rebound by Jab Scott. Missed an open layup. And now Colin Johnson on the other end of the floor. It's a 3-on-1 for the Saints. Johnson takes it himself and lays it in.
Intercepted by Johnson. You saw that a lot out of him on the football field, but now he's doing it on the basketball court.
Here's Gray. And that'll be out of bounds to Cristo Ray. The floater, no good. Nice effort from Nate Roberts to go affect that shot. And Gavin Johnson can't get the roll. Cristo Ray on the other end. As Jamel Smith will draw a foul. They're going to get Ali Davila. And Colin Johnson will exit. Now Jamel Smith. Gets it in for jab. Scott backs in on Roberts, falling away, missed it. Rebound, out of bounds, off the Saints. Mikey Turner over to Jamel Smith. Smith crossing over from the free throw line, way off, as Mikey Turner manages to save it, but then Smith has it knocked away by Johnson. It'll stay with Cristo Ray. Spinning, fading, nice shot from Jab Scott. Been one of the best players for Cristo Ray tonight. You remember scored the first 10, and they're gonna call a travel on James Ayers. And gonna get a foul on Charlie Suskind. And now a timeout taken by Cristo Ray. We'll be back. Here's Tyler Jenkins over to Jamel Smith. Inside for Jab. Scott throws it down, and the foul. A highlight play for Cristo Ray. Here's Crocker, goes up himself, missed it, gets his own board, right back up, and somehow didn't get the roll there. That shot looked halfway down, but he'll go to the line anyways. And Crocker hits the second. Here's Jamel Smith, gets inside, shot no good, rebound Davila. Gets away from the trap, gets to Suskind, he loses it out of bounds. And that's going to be a foul against the Saints. Here's Tyler Jenkins. In for Jab Scott. He'll go up and gets the roll. That'll likely be the end of this one. The Saints won't put up a shot. And that'll do it here. The Saints come away with a big road win. They take a 59-32 victory. I'm Edison Palumbi alongside Beckett Thorpe for SDC TV. We thank you all for tuning in. And we will be back tomorrow for some freshman basketball.